Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. Today we're getting ready to fix our lunch, and what this is going to be is the same kind of sandwich we had the other day. And it's made with hamburger, and Mr. Bucky called it a burger dog. So I mentioned on a video I was going to make this again because it did turn out very well. Using 2 hamburger patties that I already fried out the same time I fixed it the other day, and I went ahead and froze them. So I made them sort of in the shape of the hot dog buns, because they're going to go in the hot dog buns because I didn't fix hamburger buns when I was making the hot dog buns. So, first thing we want to do is we're going to saute some onions, or a onion. So I'm going to go ahead and use a big onion and slice it really thin. And we're going to saute them down pretty good. Alright, that ought to be good enough. I'm going to slice them really, really thin with my ceramic knife. I've already got my burner on. I'm just going to go ahead and leave them in their little circles. Got about a tablespoon of oil in there. And these are going to cook down, and there'll be enough for 2 of the burger dogs. Now we're also going to have a little salad that I'm going to use, make with bok choy and some pears. So I'm just leaving them in the circles. Yeah, this turned out really, really good the other day, so we definitely wanted to have it again. Onions all cut up. Now this seems like a lot, but they're going to cook way down. Already burning my eyes. I'm going to put a little salt on them to help me process it. Go a little faster. And let me rinse my knife off. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get the burgers ready. So they're already cooked. I'm just going to do this in the toaster oven. Okay. Throw that away. I always throw those plastic bags away when they have meat in them. Also, I'm going to go ahead and cut my homemade hot dog buns right in half. I'm going to put those in the toaster oven after everything else is ready, but I want to go ahead and cut them in half. Just using a serrated knife makes it a lot easier. Alright, so that's done. Now the next thing we're going to do, put the burgers over there, is cut off some Swiss cheese to go on top of the burgers. Oh, there's an onion that got away. Put that in there. Stir these around a little bit. That takes about 10 minutes to cook these down, maybe a little longer even. And we're also going to use some baby spinach that's going to be wilted down. And this is the bok choy that I'm going to use for the little salad. It's going to be almost like coleslaw. So we'll be making that too. Alright, so I had some Swiss cheese left over from the other day where I cut it off. So we're going to use that. And I'm going to cut off a couple more pieces. So what we're going to do, now the hamburgers have thawed out. Just going to put that on top of them. Put some cheese a little more. Alright, so there's what I've done now. I'm going to put this in the toaster oven. I'm going to have the broiler and the underneath element also on, but I'm not going to have them on high because all I want to do is warm up the burgers and melt the cheese. So both elements will be on, the top element and the bottom element. Alright, so our onions are cooking down a little bit. Now I'm going to actually brown these a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. And I might put a little sugar on them to make that process go a little faster. I'm going to put just a little bit of brown sugar on. Not much now, just a teeny bit. Sprinkle it around in there. Just make them brown faster and look prettier. So that's probably not even a teaspoon. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead then and make my little salad and peel my pear, and then we're going to wilt down the baby spinach. I did get the organic baby spinach. Alright, so we'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, my onions have got pretty well caramelized now, so I'm going to take those up, put them in a little bowl. I went ahead, my burner's off now, so we're going to go ahead and make the little salad. So I went ahead and washed each of the bok choy leaves separately. Now this is the inside of the bok choy. It's actually still wet somewhat. So I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves here. So I'm going to cut that little bottom section off of them. And then I'm going to split them right down the middle. And then I'm just going to cut them real thin. Now I love bok choy because it's so crispy, that big stem going up the middle of them, and you have a little bit of the green. Yeah, we really love them. Plus it's very healthy. You know, to me, bok choy is kind of a cross between cabbage and lettuce, somehow or other. So I'm just cutting it, not real thin, but once I get on up to the green leaves, I'm cutting it a little bit bigger. Okay, now we're going to just dump this in the bowl. Oops. And what we're going to do is add a little bit of salt. I'll show you what it looks like. See? A little bit of salt. And I'm also going to add maybe a teaspoon of sugar over it, not much. Let me rinse my hand. Yeah, and so now we're just going to put in some Duke's mayonnaise. Maybe about a heaping tablespoon. And by the way, a few minutes ago I went ahead and peeled my pears. Now they were a little too ripe in the middle, so I cut that out, but this is 2 pears. And to keep the pears from oxidizing, I put them in water and put just maybe a teaspoon of the vinegar in there. And that'll keep them from oxidizing, just sort of stir them around a little bit. Now I'm going to put some of that same vinegar right over the top. This is apple cider vinegar. Just a couple of little squirts of it on my bok choy, and then I'm just going to mix that up with the lettuce and with the mayonnaise. Yeah, to me bok choy is very, very mild, but I just love the crunch of it. Now we're going to serve this on the plate and put the pears on top of it. So there's what it looks like. A little salt, just a teeny bit of sugar, and some mayonnaise. Alright, so we're going to set that aside. And now we are ready. Since our hamburgers are all warm, the cheese is melted. And so now we're ready to do the final thing, which is to wilt down some of this baby spinach. Now, I went ahead and washed it so it's got a little bit of water on it. And I'm going to turn my burner up on medium. Maybe just put a little more oil in there, not much, just a little bit. And we'll just wait for this to get good and hot. Now, while we wait for that to get hot, we're going to make a little sauce, so hold on. Now, the sauce we're going to put on these little burgers is going to be equal parts of mayonnaise and ketchup. And then we're going to add a little bit of cream-style horseradish, just to give it a little spark. So I'm going to try to get equal amounts of, wait a minute, y'all couldn't see, equal parts of the mayonnaise and ketchup, about like that. And then we're going to squirt in probably, I don't know, I didn't really measure it before, but I'd say maybe a teaspoon or so of horseradish. If I can get it to come out. There, about like that. And then just mix this up. Now this is going to be the sauce that goes on those little hot dog buns, and you want to make sure you get that horseradish all mixed in, because if anybody gets the pure horseradish, it's going to be really hot. Alright, so we're going to set this aside too. I think my skillet is good and hot now. Alright, so now we're ready to put this baby spinach in. All we're going to do is just wilt it. And it's going to go way down. Now I used a little more than half of this pack, because it wilts way, way down. Oops. Y'all can see. There we go. Alright, so we've already got our sauce made. The onions are already caramelized. I put the buns in the little toaster oven and turned it on about 250 just to warm them up. And so it isn't going to take long for this to wilt down. Now it's going to wilt down a lot. You want to keep turning it to kind of get it wilted down evenly. Yeah, it won't take long. Alright, so we'll be right back as soon as this wilts all the way down. Alright, so now the spinach has wilted down pretty much. What I'm going to do is sit it over here and kind of sit it at an angle and let the moisture from it run down. Well, take it all to one side and see how much moisture is in there. Can y'all see that? I'm going to let that kind of run down because I don't want it to make the little burger dog soggy. So there's the liquid, and here I pull the spinach up to this side. Alright, so we're going to put this all together, and we'll be right back. Alright, I moved y'all over to the other side so you could see better. My little hot dog buns have warmed up. There's the little hamburger shaped in the shape of a hot dog bun. The Swiss cheese is melted and good and warm. And so what we're going to do is put some of this little sauce that we made, which is mayonnaise, ketchup, and horseradish. Cream style horseradish. So I'm going to put some of that on and just spread it out. On both of these buns. Spread that out. Alright, so now we're ready to put our hamburgers on top of the little buns here. So this is the bottom of the bun, and this is the bottom. So, see how nicely that fits? Isn't that nice? Fits right on there. Oh wait, y'all couldn't see real good. There. Excuse me, but I'm going to have to use my fingers for this. Now we're going to pile those onions on top. And it's somewhat like a patty melt until you put the spinach on there. Let's spread that out a little bit. Alright. So now we're ready for the spinach. I'm going to dump that water out because I don't want it to get back in the spinach. So I'm going to take that using my fingers. Now it's definitely warm, and pile that right on top of those onions. So the spinach cooks way, way down, so you have to use right much of it. And you need to really use fresh spinach, because first of all, it'll just taste better. Alright, so now all we have to do is put the top on. So put the top on and mash it down a little bit. And of course that's too much to eat by just holding it. So what I'm going to do is cut that. Move this out of the way. So what I'm going to do is cut that somewhat of an angle. Just like that. There's what it looks like. So place one on Mr. Bucky's plate. It is kind of messy. You definitely need napkins with this. Whoops. Got that on the bun. Cut it at an angle. There you go. Alright. So we are ready to eat. I've already made the tea, so let me get the plate situated and we'll be right back. Alright, we've got it all on the plates now and we are ready to eat. So we've got homemade hot dog buns, and we've got a ground chuck burger, and that was the extra lean with Swiss cheese melted on top, some caramelized onions, and then on top of that there's spinach that's been wilted. And on the back there we've got a bok choy salad, very similar to coleslaw with pears. And I gave us a little extra sauce because Mr. Bucky always likes to dip his sandwich. So here's Mr. Bucky's plate. You can see the insides of that, and you do need a couple of extra napkins because it is kind of messy. But anyway, there it is. We've already got our tea. Alright, so we will see y'all next time. Bye.